in this lovely summer month, August, with you. I hope you're doing good, and send greetings to the rest of the world, wherever you are. Thanks for being here, and thanks for sharing your lifetime with me. I will do my best to make you happy with interesting trading ideas, with sharing my knowledge with you and all this stuff. And yeah, happiness, you know, it's the most important thing, what we can do to share with others, to make other people happy. And I guess trading can make two things: unhappy and happy. So unhappy is always, most of us, we were really unhappy with trading because we do different things, but we cannot make money. But the moment you realize that trading basically is very it's very logically, then you know, okay, trading is really successful. I'm really sorry. Jesus. And the moment, if we follow the rules, we can make money, and then we become happy. But happiness becomes not through the money we earn with trading. It's just we follow the rules and we become satisfied because we know we follow the plan. And this is a special goal, what we have to do in trading, because money can never make you happy. The things you can do with money, that can make you happy. But basically, also trading cannot make you happy, because the moment you lose money, even you stick to the rules, how should you make that money? How should you make this happy? It's not logically to think that. So basically, it can make you satisfied if you follow the rules and if you follow the plan. So by the way, we stream this show on YouTube. You can follow the stream there. There's a button in the right corner. You can click on it and you can follow it. And we would appreciate it, or I personally, I would appreciate it if you give us a like or thumb down if you say it's not a cool thing, or you can leave a comment, whatever it is. So a lot of greetings. Don, Daniel, Michael, Albert, Barry, Joachim, Crypto Queen, good morning. Oh, thanks for being here, by the way. And Olaf too. Okay, let me share my screen. And let's see here, and the chat also. Yes, and here we go. Thanks for being here, guys, wherever you are. So feel free to type in the chat box, whatever it is on YouTube, and on Zoom too. I can see it here. Okay, let's go to DAX 10 minutes. And as you can see, we made lovely trades yesterday. Where is my drawing program? So here we go. So let me check and let me show you what we did yesterday. So you see, we had, the day before, we had a wonderful trade here, entry, target, target. So then there occurred a new trend. So there was the balance candle, bit of balance candle. So we make an entry here. And by the way, there was the breakout. And you see, the moment I reach 0.2, for me, it's not allowed to make losses otherwise, afterwards. So therefore, I trailed my stop loss immediately, and there was no breakout at that moment. So I got out with a small winner. But I could see there's a stabilization, so I did it again, because I was speculating that we see a final breakout to the last 0.2, and it happens. Or it happened yesterday. So, but then you see, we reached 0.2 again. We saw the trend, the breakout. So therefore, it's not allowed to make a loss. So therefore, I trailed my stop and I got out again. So, but that moment I could see, okay, there's another trend arm. So that's 1, 2nd, 3rd trend arm. You know, up to the 4th trend arm, we can do it. So therefore, balance candle, entry, reaching point 2, hit quote, trailed a stop. Yeah, it was a more zero game. However, I was speculating on a trend continuation. So fourth trend arm, and breakout again. We reach point 2 again. Awesome, right? Really awesome. High probability. So I trailed my stop. And I got out. But then that was the fifth trend arm. And actually I was not a part because I never break the rules. Never, never, never. Yeah. So you see, it was a very profitable trading day in DAX yesterday. And we stuck to the rules. We never failed. We never missed a signal. And this is what we have to do. So in that case, but you see where we are. We were in the red zone. And it's always a kind of difficult. So maybe the moment we are in a green zone, in an unfair price zone, it's easier to trade because then we have a final target and we can give a little bit more space for our stop losses, by the way. And most of the times, if you are deep in a green zone, there is a higher movement or stronger movements down or up to the point of control. Okay, cool stuff yesterday. So, and by the way, if you look, I want to show you and the upcoming events for today, by the way. Today it's Tuesday. And yeah, you see nothing interesting, just 11 o'clock. It's flash estimate euro area inflation. And then GDP in Canada, 2:30 this afternoon. And this is US in the evening. That's not really interesting for us. So we can be focused on our trades. And I want to invite you, of course, to, and I want to no, that was not the part. Here we go. I want to show you interesting part, achieve more with copy trading. This is the newest baby from Admirals. So if you think you're a cool trader and you think people should follow you, then join this. And if you want to copy other trades, join this site. It's admiralmarkets.com/start-trading/copy-trading, and you will find there more information. And by the way, if you want to see what we are doing in the rest of the day, then I can show you, that's the live streaming room. Here you can see that's the second camera. I am winking here. So, and there you can see all the time I trade this account from Admirals here, and you can join it. It's free for you to join this Traders Yard live trading room for the rest of the day. You can ask whatever is in your mind. We trade everything there. Of course, basement and foundation is the trades we are doing here. And I trade only the account from Admirals there. So let's go to the hourly charts. By the way, yeah. And again, we hit point 2. So I was speculating yesterday 2 times on the breakout at the point 2. So 2 times it was a failure. But unfortunately, look, here was no balance candle last night. So that was very early this morning. So I missed the chance to go in because we have strong move. So now we reached the point 2, and now I have a chance to speculate on a final breakout to the upper side because it seems the market is really strong, and especially Dow Jones has the chance to reach the last high. And here is the last high at $35,611 by one future contract. So therefore, I will give it a chance to open a trade for a breakout exactly at the point 2. Yeah. So this is what I'm doing because it's still the first trend arm. Yeah. And we have a high probability that we see a... I have to see where I made money, by the way. So let me see. Oh, cool. That's British pound, Australian dollar. Yes. So let's see afterwards. Okay, this is what I want to do in Dow Jones to see the breakout, maybe final breakout. But if you have a balanced candle, maybe we get in and we had an entry, and then we see balance candles, trade the stop immediately. You know, if there's no volume on my side, we have to cut it immediately, and I'm looking for the next chance because it's still a young trend, by the way. Great. So then let's go to crude oil. And in crude oil, yeah, you see it's still, yeah, we had this one, but it's an old trend. Don't waste your time with it. Then gold. It's still an old trend too, you know, and we are circling around the fair price zone. So also don't waste time with it. And the last one is Euro USD in hourly chart. This is what we trade in the traders yard room. So, and here you see it's also, here we go. That was the last low. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. And as I told you, this was the correction. That was a move. Then the next correction without the trend break, you see no close below the last 0.3. And now you see, trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break. So what we can learn from this whole distance here. So first of all, we see from the green zone up to the 0.2, it's normal behavior because we trade in prices, guys, okay? So therefore, next time we can be a little bit more free, maybe make partial profits, give a stop a little bit more space and wait until we reach the point of control, and then just trail the stop. You see how much money you can make with that. So we have to train more and more and more with that. Okay, so we have interesting, and you see how important it is to trail the stop properly. And Katie, if you want, if you're ready for Rumble, we can open the poll of today. So, and the poll of today is, do you know, by the way, thanks Katie for supporting me. She's my moderator today and this week. So do you know how to trail a stop loss? So I have 3 answers for you. You can choose. Yes, I do, or I don't use a stop loss, or I'm not sure yet. So feel free. It's anonymous, and we see the numbers of YouTube as well. So also on YouTube, you can give a number 1, 2, or 3 so that I have a bit overview. How do you think about the stop loss? Okay, so while you're doing that, we switch to the 4-hourly chart. And in 4-hourly chart, we see again, so let me show you this one. So first of all, in British pound, Australian dollar, we talked about yesterday. So point of control is quite far away. And there is on the way down, not really an obstacle on the way back to the point of control. So actually, it's a guarantee that we reach the point of control. There's just only one exception. The volume rises at another price, volume price spot. So then they switch the point of control. But actually, we have to speculate and have to assume that we reach the point of control. So therefore, I opened a trade here. And by the way, that's my trend. Move. Always the last 0.2 is the number 1. Correction. So as you see, I missed the first entry because the first entry after this correction were here, back to the 0.2. So now I use the second one, and it's, you see, correction up to the last 0.2, interestingly, balance candles down. And you see, we reached the 0.2. So therefore, if you reach 0.2, it's not allowed to lose too much money, which means I sell here half of my position. So, come on. I'm not sure. 05, yeah. So, half position, and then I trail my stop loss bar by bar. So with this partial profit, and trailing the stop loss, you cannot lose money. Yeah, that's the point. So if the price will get us out, then we do it again because the trend is still young. Okay, so I see we have interesting poll. So 61 of you say, I'm not sure yet how to trail the stop loss. 6% says I don't use a stop loss, and 33% says, yeah, I do. So, and I have a kind of on YouTube almost the same. A lot of YouTubers says, yeah, I do. That's cool. So this is my topic for today, how to trail the stop loss. Oh, there's a kind of strategy. Okay, let's go to the running trades. And here I can explain how to trail the stop loss. So here we go. It's cool, right? Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. We are deep, 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 deep in the green zone. Yeah, and we have a lot of space to go up to our point of control. It's up at 0.98. Actually, we are at 92. So we have 600 pips to go. So there's just only one obstacle in the way. And this is actually at the point of low. So, but if you reach this zone, we are completely fine. We are also fine right now because we did our job. So, and here you see, so by the way, let me tell you something about stop loss. That's the sense of this question of today. Katie, thanks for helping me. To trail a stop loss is not based on rules. Let's think in a logical way again. So, you know, the only thing what we know before we start the trade is that we have the law of probability on our side. Yeah, so you know, a trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break, especially we have a young trend. So if you have a young trend, so the first trend arm, rule number one is we need a valid trend. So in this first possible trend arm, which is basically then the second trend arm, but our first possibility to go in, we have the highest probability that we reach the last high, or we call it last 0.2. So accumulation phase 0.2, yeah, buying cheap, selling expensive. That's the sense. That's the business principle. All business guys outside there, they're leading big businesses. They work with this principle: buying cheap and selling more expensive. The more expensive you can sell something, the more money you make. So therefore, it's a logical thing. It's a logical way to think that after reaching the last 0.2, we hit and we fulfill the hit quote, which means the strategy is successful. It makes no sense to make a loss, right? That's a logical way. So what kind of sense should it be to see the strategy worked really successful and then to make a loss? That's a human part. So maybe there is a hope to make more money. There is the fear, or you are afraid of, to miss the big move. But the moment you realize, okay, guys, I have rules and I can make a re-entry, then you will never miss the big move. So therefore, it's a kind of strategy. There are no rules. By the way, there are no rules how to trail a stop loss. There's just only one logical thinking. After reaching my final target, which is always the 0.2 or the breakout above the 0.2, at that point, it's not allowed to make a loss. So how do you trail afterwards your stop loss? That's up to you. And in my opinion, it's where I am. So let's make this example. So this is Australian Canadian dollar. So you see, we had a valid trend here. Let me show you. So there was a valid trend. That was the second trend arm, and there were the balance candles. So we got in, we reached 0.2, we saw the breakout, yeah, and then I trailed my stop into profit. So now I let it go because it's a normal behavior. movement, correction, movement, correction. So you see, and we reach the last point 2 again. So now is a good idea to sell half of the position. Let me see. To sell half of my position with make money. It's not forbidden to make money. Yeah. And then afterwards to trail the stop loss now bar by bar. Or not bar by 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, because you cannot lose money. And you see the point of control is quite far away. And basically the big volume zone around the point of low, that's my point of low, that's my final target for the first time. So, and then I see how the market will work there. So this is my target here, the final goal, the point of high. So I will not miss this distance here. So now I sold half of my position. The stop is in profit. So that's the real freedom. Unless you're focusing on money, then you're always highly emotionally. And this is not the part of trading. The moment you are too much engaged in trading because you're focused on money. So therefore you see on the bottom of my screen, there is nothing, no positions, no money, no pips, nothing. And this is what I have learned in my trading career. Delete everything from your chart. What could distract your focus from sticking to the rules and following your plan. Come on, guys, you know how big is your account. You know that. So the only point, you calculate the money you want to invest in a trading idea, but afterwards, give it a shot and let it run and let the market decide how much money you will get. So give it a shot, try it. It's a good thing, really good thing. Okay, so let's go to the next one. For another example, US Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. So you see, we are in this trade since, oh my gosh, here we started, yeah, mid of June. Now we have almost September, you see, but the trade is still running and running and running and running and running. So by the way, there is the point of control in my other software. The point of control is already higher. So we reached the point of control already. So therefore, yeah, at the moment, let it go. I trailed my stop loss. Nothing can happen because I sold half the position. Nothing can happen. Let it go and let the market decide, because that's the last point 3. Where is my stop placed right now? That's the last point 2. Let it go. And now we have a bit of point of high as a kind of obstacle, which means more sellers could come into the market at this special price. Euro Japanese yen, it's another running trade. So you see, oh my gosh, cool stuff. Yeah. And here we go. There's a bit different trade management, because you see, we are working away from point of control. So and here you can see the price is not part of the rules. And you see it works without the price, because it's not forbidden to stick to the rules when you trade away from point of control. It's just an orientation that I know, okay, I must be a bit more carefully with my trade management. So you see, unfortunately, I missed my first entry. That was the first trend arm. I missed my first entry. So I did the second one, and I'm a lucky guy today. So we had the breakout right now, and you see it's almost another proof that a trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break. Yeah, so let it go. So we reached the last point 2. Now it's time, of course, yeah, to sell half the position, by the way. So to make sure 1.01. Yeah, and now I trail my stop loss into the profit zone. I cannot lose money. With this candle, I see a trend continuation and everything is fine, and then let it go. This is a kind of working style. It's not rules. For me, there's just a logical rule. The moment I fulfill the hit quote, and you know we only can work with probabilities, which means we need this hit quote. You don't need a risk-reward ratio. You need a hit quote. We need a strategy. You know it works fine for you. So, and then follow the rules. And after the moment you reached your target, trail the stop loss, because it makes no sense to lose money afterwards. Next one, British pound, Swiss franc. Here we go. First possible trend arm. Yeah, after the trend was valid. Unfortunately, we had big move yesterday, but I don't care about that, because latest point I can get in is at the point 2, because there is the strategy to see the breakout. And by the way, I am on my way back to the point of control. So therefore, you see, at the moment, it works. So now because it makes no sense to make a partial profit here right now. So therefore, I trail now my stop loss closer and closer and closer. And I trail it bar by bar. Because if the price will take me out and will make a correction, then it's my second possibility to go in and I make a re-entry. It's not the annoying thing to get out of the market with a zero game or with a small winner or a small loss. That's not annoying. That's not the problem. That's the duty, to cut possible losses. But to miss a re-entry and then to look, oh my gosh, it works. And then the market is going up and up and up and up, and you cannot go in anymore. This is the annoying point every time. But you only can work in this way if you are focused on the rules and focused on your job you have to do. Because this, guys, it's not funny. That's not a party. Yeah, trading is not a party. Trading is not celebrating. Trading is just a serious job you have to do, which means follow your rules, whatever kind of rules you use, by the way. Okay, so British pound, Australian dollar we talked about, and I'm in euro, Swiss franc. I know. I guess. Yeah, same procedure. Look, this one, and you see the point of control is not part of the rules. So we had a valid trend there, then the same like in British pound, Swiss franc, we had a big move. So my entry was at the point 2, and here's the breakout. Yeah. How close can you put the stop loss? Yeah, normally I use it bar by bar. When the candle is over and is finished, I close bar by bar. Give a little bit space, by the way. So now price is going up and up and up. I don't know how far the price will go. I don't care about that because I only trail my stop loss, because it makes no sense to make a partial profit right now. So just let it go. That's the point. So, and now I can, yeah, the point of control now could be a bit of support right now. So therefore, yeah, I trail the stop a bit higher. So, and we see the breakout right now. Then after this candle is over right now at 9 o'clock, yeah, I trail my stop loss into the profit because this candle is over right now. It's 8 to 9, I guess. So I'm completely safe. So, and if you think the trade that the stop loss is too close, I don't care, guys. I reached my point 2. I fulfilled the hit quote. Afterwards, for me, it's not allowed to make a loss because I have no problem to make a re-entry. Because if the price will going down again and we see the next correction and a balance candle, it's still a young trend. I don't know what happens on the right side, so just let it go. So there was a question on YouTube from Jazz. So let me see, is asking about US dollar, Swiss franc. So, and in US dollar Swiss franc, to be honest, that's price is circling around the point of control. So, by the way, yeah, what should I say? Yeah, we have still, to be honest, come on, just a moment. No, here we go. No, come on. That's not the one. So that's the trend on the right side of the chart. So move, correction, move, and correction. So we reached a point two almost, yeah, but not really, especially no trend continuation, which means we are circling around the point of control. So there was a balance candle, which means we can speculating finally on a trend continuation, especially to reach the point two and to see the breakout there. So that's the chance we have. And yes, I'm still waiting to a close above the last point two, about the point of control on my way down. So I have it on the watch list, by the way, but I want to see a close below the point of control, because I know about my experience, a lot of buyers or sellers are waiting at the point of control. It's always the same. It's a normal price. It's a fair price. The price is feeling really comfortable there. So it could be that it's circling around up and down and up and down and up and down. So the probability rises when I can see I have a close with high volume below the point of control, and then I can make an entry down to the point two. And this is what I'm waiting for. Okay. So could you please analyze the pair US dollar Polish zloty in a weekly timeline? Yeah, of course. US dollar, US dollar Polish zloty. Of course, we can do that. You want it on a weekly chart. So come on, not really. What's that? That's literally nothing. That's literally nothing. No, nothing. That's not really a trend. We are circling in the red zone. To be honest, in my opinion, nothing. So there is, yeah, let's make it easy. Okay, so move, correction, move, correction, move, correction. No trend continuation there. No trend break there. Okay, so we are in a time extended correction right now. But as you can see here in weekly chart, also the same. We had a correction. There was the balance candle. We reached point two. So there was a balance candle. We reached point two. So now maybe that's a kind of balance candle, but I would wait until we see the blue candle this week, and then you can do it again to maybe to go down to the point two. Yeah, but the point of control is in your way. Could be a little bit difficult, but finally, yeah, this is the way. So maybe the end of this week, next week maybe. But to be honest, this is a picture I have to draw my trend really carefully, and I need more seconds to see a real chance. And my teacher taught me, the moment you need more than 10 seconds to see the signals on the right side, you start to interpreting. Yeah, and then the picture is not really clear. So that's just my opinion, guys. Okay, what a great day. We have lovely trades. Thanks for your questions, guys. I'm looking forward to see you in the morning in the traders room right now for the rest of the day. Katie, thanks for supporting me. I wish you a wonderful day. And as always, have courage and be kind. And don't forget to give us a like on YouTube and look it therefore on YouTube again. So, and as always, may the force of the rules be with you. See you tomorrow.